Guys, my name's Colby. I'm a Bitcoin miner, and I wanted to give you an August update as to what I'm seeing in the Bitcoin mining space. A lot of interesting things happening, a lot of things shifting and moving and changing, a lot of moving parts. So I wanted to give you my perspective, whether you're in the business yourself or whether you're not in the business, as to what's going on in the world of Bitcoin mining. It's a very interesting world and very competitive, and so let's jump into it. I think Bitcoin mining is the coolest, most interesting business in the world. And a lot of people think that we're just in our mother's basements, or in my case in a shed, and we are just playing around and playing with our magic internet money. But there's such a massive amount of organization and execution, infrastructure and technology that goes into this space. A massive amount of energy for the proof of work mining, and I think it's interesting to talk about. I can't stop talking about Bitcoin and Bitcoin mining. That's why I made the channel. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're into this kind of content. I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride. So what's going on right now? We are going to have a difficulty adjustment tomorrow. What's a difficulty adjustment? Well, every 2016 blocks in the Bitcoin blockchain, a block is mined about every 10 minutes. Every 2016 blocks, there is a automatic adjustment that happens in the Bitcoin protocol to either increase or decrease the Bitcoin difficulty. We're at a really interesting point in time right now because tomorrow there's actually going to be a new all-time high in the Bitcoin difficulty. And why is that? Well, that's because the network hash rate has steadily increased, and that number has steadily gone up and to the right. So even though price has not always gone up and to the right, we've had bear markets. If you look here, I'll zoom in for you. The orange line is the difficulty, and you'll notice that is tracking up. It's correlated with the hash rate, which is how much computational hashes are being done in order for these miners to find the right number only used once, called a nonce. The miner that finds the right hash mines the block and gets the rewards. Right now, the Coinbase, which is the rewards or the new Bitcoin that is being mined, it follows a certain inflationary schedule. And right now that Coinbase is 6.25 Bitcoin. So on average, every 10 minutes, a Bitcoin miner will find the right hash and thereby secure the rewards of the Coinbase, which is currently sitting at 6.25 Bitcoin. Now, there's a lot there. I appreciate that. But this is what is so interesting about Bitcoin. And so every 2 weeks, this difficulty adjustment happens. It's about to happen tomorrow. We're about to reach a new all-time high, and the difficulty is about to increase by about 7%. A little under 7% is what it's estimated to come in as an increase in difficulty, which means that it's that much more difficult for those miners to compete with each other, finding the correct hash and securing those rewards for the next block, so to say. So it's really cool. Every 2 weeks, that difficulty adjustment happens. But if you're a Bitcoin miner, although it's still really cool, that comes as how shall I say, it just is less profitable in fiat terms, measured in dollars. It's less profitable because the rewards are worth less in dollar terms. Why? Well, basically because I always think it's a funny thing when we value Bitcoin in dollars, because really Bitcoin, in my estimation, in my opinion, Bitcoin is always worth more than the dollars. But we do have these real world economics where there is a real cost to pay for the power, for the energy that these miners, these machines referred to as ASICs, are producing. But I digress. Anyways, difficulty goes up, it becomes harder to compete and find those rewards for miners. Now, last week, Bitcoin went down by 11% last week. So the combination of Bitcoin going down and difficulty going up results in miners being less profitable. So it's been particularly rough for miners. It's been particularly a world of pain right now for miners, unless they are sitting on a bunch of dry powder, so to say, steady lads, steadily deploying capital, because a lot of miners are in fact doing that. A lot of big money, a lot of, I would say, in my opinion, smart money is deploying capital into this market as an opportunity, because the cost of the mining machines have come way down based on the profitability of these machines at basically it's just a lot less profitable if you have power rates that are competitive. Margins have become squeezed. It's become a lot less profitable. So let's recap. Tomorrow we're going to have a massive difficulty adjustment upwards. The network is more secure than ever because of the Bitcoin miners doing the proof of work to secure the Bitcoin network and the Bitcoin blockchain. And that is going to reach a new all-time high tomorrow as we get a difficulty adjustment of about 7%. Bitcoin price has gone down, and with the difficulty reaching a new all-time high, that makes it particularly difficult for miners to stay profitable in this marketplace. Follow the channel. Please do subscribe if you're interested in this material. I appreciate your support, and let's continue to discuss Bitcoin. I'll do my best to continue to keep you updated, and I'm more than happy to talk about Bitcoin all the time. You can find me Telegram, Twitter, at Colbynoe, COLBYNOE. I appreciate your time. Peace, love, and Bitcoin. Adios.